My name's Darius. We've been together 23, going on 24 years.
My name is Beatriz. In that 23 years, we have 4 beautiful girls. At the time, it was called pairs. I had presented it as, look, we get free babysitting, we get a free meal, and we get gift cards with them. So would you be interested? Would you do this with me? And we both agreed to do it. And we went in thinking that, we were going to get this great benefit of someone watching our kids and being able to get a free meal out of it, not realizing what we were going to get truly after the end of it, which was so much more beneficial. When you're doing some sort of counseling, when it's just you and the counselor, it's easier because it's literally just 3 people, whereas this was a room filled with people. So I think for me, some of that apprehension was like, I don't want other people knowing our business and hearing some of the stories of the areas where we struggled. So I think that also had a lot of apprehension for me going into the group.
I think the first day we met everybody, you have no idea what to expect, what the first day is going to be like. We were probably one of the younger couples that were there.
But I think one of the beneficial things was just being able to hear that there were other couples that were going through the same thing or that were having the same struggles.
It was chaotic, crazy. After my first daughter was born, we were separated for about a year. We were just on rocky ground. We were young. We had already made a lot of crazy mistakes. Financially, we were a wreck. To be honest, there were people that didn't believe that we would even survive or make it past that time.
The communication, I think, was the crux of everything. Whatever we did communicate was like through yelling or screaming. Nothing where we would actually listen to each other.
We didn't have any tools to give us success in parenting, which parenting in itself is just a different ballgame, but then also in our relationship. There was an older couple that was there that have been married probably as long as we have right now.
Yep.
To hear them, it was this realization that we don't arrive to this place in a marriage where everything is great. It's work. There's work to do at every stage. It doesn't matter whether you've been married 30 years or 2 years. There's always things that you can learn to develop that relationship.
The program, it allowed us to be able to understand what our roles were and be able to function in those in a way that it was successful, versus what I had seen growing up through my parents.
They taught us how to say, what I hear you saying is this. And it sounded so stupid when we started that, because you don't talk like that on a normal basis. Like, you don't go, what I heard you say was this. It just, no, you want to say whatever your statement was. But it was an opportunity for us to be able, especially for me, to be able to learn how to really get a hold of what she really is saying, because there was times where I heard something different, even though she didn't say that. This helps you through the rest of your marriage, through the rest of your life, through the rest with your kids and in whatever organization you're working with, all of that stuff. Just if we could have a vulnerable moment, we recognized later on the effects of how we communicated when my 2 oldest were younger versus when my 2 younger kids were growing up. And we recognized some of the emotional damage that happens because mommy and daddy are fighting, yelling, screaming, even to the point when the baby's in the belly. They were feeling some of the pressure from mom that was coming from dad and mom in this middle of arguing and complaining and fighting. And not that you're not going to have beef with your kids, because kids be wild, they're kids. Well, we did recognize that we can go back and say, I'm sorry. We did recognize that we can go back and say, well, I was this emotional, I was this, I was that, because of what we learned. Being able to take ownership, be able to say, look, forgive me, I'm sorry.
I look back now and my 3rd oldest will say things back to me that I know clearly are things that we learned going through the program. It makes me chuckle because she uses it, with her boyfriend, because we were able to take the skills and put them to work and be able to learn them and function in them. I really believe that our children were able to have this childhood that was so much different and better than what it was on the trajectory to be.
Do it. Put in the work, because it takes work. As we were discussing breaking chains and cycles, it takes work to do that. It takes work to, one, admit that there's issues, two, to allow people to come in and help support you through the changes that need to happen. Yes, there's a space of vulnerability. There's a space of uncertainty, because you're in either online or in a classroom setting with people you have no idea who they are. But everybody got problems. Everybody's dealing with some issues in their marriage. Relationships take work. If you really want to see your relationship change and make it stronger, get you to 40, 50, 60 years together, then you put in the work. And you're not that far gone. You haven't met the rock bottom yet, because you're at a point where there's a lifeline still. One of the things in pairs that I love was emptying the emotional jug. Being able to say, you know what, I'm sad right now. I'm broken, I'm hurting, I'm this, I'm that. Recognizing that's your feelings that you're there, but that problem should not destroy. It should help bring together the relationship so that both of you can help take on whatever the situation is. But if you could just be on the same page with somebody else, then you're not fighting alone.
It's amazing to see the growth, even in just the atmosphere and in the building and in the kids section that you guys now have, that you guys, that wasn't there before. I think I could speak for us. We thank you, because God put us together. But like I said, it takes a village to encourage people to work, to put in the work, because television, they make it seem as if marriage is like one exciting moment to the next exciting moment to the next exciting moment, and that's all that there is. But nobody talks about the difficult road that it takes to get from that one exciting moment to that next exciting moment, and how critical that road is. The people that were in this program really, truly inspired us to be able to put in that work. The people that we never saw, the people that go out and fight for the funding, the people that do the facilitation. Thank you, because we are a true testament to that hard work. You do not understand how impactful you all have been